Welcome to the Group J introduction to our exhibition by Shelby Leeds, Sarah McDowell, and Sean Sims. So our inquiry question was, do students with significant intellectual disabilities benefit more from instruction adapted from general education or instruction created to teach independent living and vocational skills in preparation for life after school? So as you can see from the pictures below, there is an image with lots of textbooks, clocks, calculators of a typical curriculum, and then the other picture you can see that there is a hands-on shop class where students are learning hands-on vocational skills. Both great ways to teach, but both very different. What is adaptation or differentiation? So in special education, we have to teach the Common Core standards, but because our students are at significantly different levels than the general education student, we have to constantly adapt to meet the student's needs. So as you can see from this image, you see the 3 different ways to go to the same goal. That's similarly what special education is always like. We have to go a different route to meet the same goal. So an example of this would be writing a paragraph that is a typical goal for a general education student gets scaffolded down to sentence writing, which will help us build to a paragraph eventually, but special education students need more scaffolded skills. So the big question here is, does this seem beneficial or practical for special education students since they're starting at such a lower level, and because it takes them so much more time? Are they going to be able to meet the same goals as a general education student? So a big question is, what is effective instruction? So the conversation typically around effective instruction has always left special education students as an afterthought. So this Common Core state standards, which are very, very thorough for a general education classroom, aren't necessarily as effective for students in special education. So what we see is that the special education students have very poor post-high school outcomes, which can be very frustrating because they're not prepared for the job force and they don't have great social skills. So the goal of our inquiry question was to figure out how can we shift the lens and change the conversation about effective instruction. So the solution. We're going to present to you in our exhibition several different ways and several different studies, YouTube videos, and comic strips and other examples, research papers of how special education students are very unique and how we can change the conversation around their effective instruction. So instead of trying to fit them in society's typical standards, it's time to start meeting their needs and have them prepared for the post-secondary experiences. The images on this slide will show you there are students practicing social skills, which is an extremely important skill in a job setting, as well as just having appropriate relationships after school. And also the other picture will again show you vocational training, students learning a trade and skills that they're going to need when they leave the school setting. So our whole exhibition is going to examine this issue. It's going to look at how Common Core may not be the best fit for our students, even if we are differentiated, and it's going to give examples of possible solutions that will be more helpful to provide effective instruction for special education students. We hope you enjoy our exhibition, and we hope you have lots of great feedback. Thank you.